Hi, I'm Taylor Volk. This is speech one, my cultural speech. This is side one, and this is side two. This is my audience. Thank you. How many of you like the idea of trying a completely different lifestyle? If you've ever traveled, you may have noticed different cultural beliefs. I've lived in Canada for over 5 years. And if you want to know more about the cultural system of the ecosystem of Canada, here are three things that summarize Canada as a whole: the Canadian ecosystem and its rich environment, Canadian sports and events, and a socialized system of free medical care and old age care. When I first moved to Canada, I was fortunate enough to experience a life filled with trees and wildlife. I attended a place called Milner Gardens, a place where children and adults of all ages can learn about their local wildlife. We took different notes on species of birds and also trees as well. And when I wasn't big in forests, I lived right next to a small forest in my own backyard. I was fortunate enough to see different lakes, oceans, and even sometimes waterfalls near my home, the Georgia Strait. Canada is also known for its freezing temperatures with the occasional blizzard. When I first moved to Canada, the doors would actually be frozen shut, so we weren't able to open or close the doors during the middle of the night or when it got kind of late at night. And another time, the snow would actually cover our tires, so my parents weren't able to pick us up after school. Canada's ecosystem and its rich environment play a big role in Canadian culture. But if you want to get to the heart of the culture, Canadian events and sports are always the way to go. Canada is full of snow, hail, and rain, but when you get a mixture of a crowd together, Canada's freezing temperatures can actually become fun. Snowball fights, sledding, and just climbing trees and playing hockey are always happening when you mix school, children, and snow together. And even when it's not snowing, children have up to 2 hours of recess per day. Playing outdoor activities such as soccer, hockey, or just climbing trees are all fun events for kids. And even when we're not outside, we're supporting our own teams, our hockey teams, with a big glass of hot chocolate and nice cold drinks. um, Also, Canadians free medical care and old age care. Canadians hospitals help Canadian citizens with free medical care and old age care. They don't have to pay money out of their retirement funds or pay thousands of dollars out of their checkings and savings. My little sister had a problem when we first moved here. She had a problem with breathing. We brought her in and we didn't know what the bill was going to be. It was only $100. And that was only the case because we just moved here. We weren't even full citizens or Canadian citizens yet. Another time, my grandpa, he moved into an old age care. And that was completely free because he was also a Canadian citizen. Looking back at the heart of Canadian culture, of ecosystems, events, and sports and free medical care, Canada is a pretty magical place. I hope I educated you today on Canadian culture as a whole. And in the truth faith of a true Canadian, it will not snow on March 15th. Thank you.